So Tuesday, we're up here working on the path right now. We switched over to the path. Putting in the. I'll show you that later. Anyway, putting down the drain rock. I mean the base rock, and compacting that in. A couple things I wanted to show you on the vineyard. I talked to Tony. Still no water. He just texted me actually. He was checking on everything and checking with the buyers and everybody, and anyway, no water yet. So, but he did say to mow. He said he thinks I should mow, and obviously if the grass is only an inch tall, I'm not going to mow that. But up here, there's some spots where it's pretty significant. And then a Glenn came up last week. No, yeah, I think it's Friday or something. Anyway, and he was looking around and he mentioned something about shatter, and he said it's happening all over the place. And so anyway, I talked to Tony about it, and he said they are dealing with shatter all over the place. But I'm wondering if we really have shatter, or if it's just because of this long bloom. Apparently we've had the longest bloom in history. Nobody's ever dealt with it. There's no history on it. Tony said nobody knows, and nobody's ever seen the bloom last this long. It was super long. And instead of shatter, what I think is going on, if you look at these grapes, it looks like shatter because you got the big grapes there and it looks like bare spots. But what you got is you got the little grapes growing in between that just aren't as big as the big ones yet. So my hypothesis is that these little grapes are gonna catch up to the bigger ones, and that's gonna be a full cluster there. So, but nobody knows apparently, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, because just from the first glance, it definitely looks like shatter. But when you look close, the bare spots have these little grapes growing in there. So we'll see. And actually, just after the last couple days, these grapes have gotten bigger. And look at this, we still have bloom going on. Look at this, still blooming in some spots. Anyway, a real weird year. He said the canopies look great, and but no water yet. They wanted to shut down a little bit first, which they haven't done. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, that looks like shatter. But then when you get real close, there's fruit in there, and it's just not big enough yet. I think it's because of the long bloom. Some came out early and some came out later. But what do I know? But since nobody's ever seen it before, my guess is as good as anybody's, I guess. So anyway, we're working on this. We got this big ditch dug here coming down the hill. It's going to go to a catch basin. On Saturday we got this all done. Up here we have three pipes here coming over, 3 drain pipes. They're coming all the way from over here, and we put sand in and then put dirt in, compacted it real well, got it all compacted again. So that took us all day Saturday to do that. And then these tie into here. They're going to come over and they're going to tie in with these ones coming down the hill, and there'll be a catch basin here. And all that water, all that drain water, is going to go into that catch basin and then come out in one pipe, which is this 6-inch pipe here, and run over to the pond. So anyway, we'll do this last. And then also I wanted to show you. So anyway, working on that. lot going on. The guys are working on the arbor up there, getting the wood on the arbor. That's going. The concrete guys are working on the rest of the retaining walls and the steps and everything up there. The wall that goes on this end of the house, they're getting that in. Like I say, we got half the path done. We got that done last weekend. And we're working on the other half right now. And then what happened this weekend, and this literally happened over a 2-day period, is we got duckweed. Duckweed came up in the pond. Just like not literally overnight, but in 2 days. You can see it, It just came in. And it just is thick. Now this isn't the exact same thing we had down at the pond by my house. Because remember, that was red, but this is definitely duckweed, and we definitely want to get rid of it. So I'm waiting to hear back. I called Tony. He thinks it's fine to spray it with that Reward, the stuff we have that I use to spray duckweed. But I want to be real careful what we put in this pond because it goes on the grapes. So I got to call into Wilbur Ellis to make sure that's okay. We did it before. We had some duckweed grow in this pond and the pond by my house, and I sprayed it and it went away, and it's been gone for a couple of years now. So what happened is just a duck brought it in, or something brought it in, and it just multiplied fast. And if we leave it, it'll cover this whole pond. So not dangerous, but we don't want it. It'll choke everything out and keep the fish from getting the sun and the oxygen and all that they need. So and keep everything from getting what they need. Anyway, and then the weeds, we've been working up, you know, helping out up on the house and the pool, and these weeds just came back. Unbelievable how fast and big they came back. So we're going to be out here weeding again. Not too bad over there along the edges there, not too bad, but this area just bloomed. So anyway, so that's kind of what's going on. I'll show you the rest of the path and everything later in the house and all that. I just wanted to show you the vineyard, tell you that I talked to Tony, and he thinks everything's good. He thinks he's very he's optimistic that we're going to have a good crop. And here's a great example of the shatter. You see the big berries right here and here, but these are actually, this is actually fruit in here too. It's just smaller. Like I said, I think it's going to catch up, and that's going to be a full cluster. Anyway, like I said, no water yet. I'm in touch with him, you know, daily, so as soon as they say the word, we'll put some water on these things. But they both, Tony and Glenn, both said they're very happy right now. Almost too happy in some spots. Who's this driving up? Oh, that's Bob. Oh, he brought that pipe up from down below. Anyway, that's it for now.